let's get into the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, Young Bucks versus SCU. So the stipulation here was that if SCU lost, then they are done as a tag team. So we had a video package, showing the history between these two teams, the Young Bucks and SCU. The match, I think it was great. And I could say, it was the best Young Bucks match since the FTR one from Full Gear. What do you think?
Uh, I would absolutely agree with you. This was the best Young Bucks match in the recent time. Probably better than the FTR match. Probably, you know, there was a sense of urgency. They weren't, fucking around. There was a sense of energy. There was a sense of focus, and uh, even the things they were doing, it didn't feel like they were doing it for the sake of it. That there is a mindset. Probably that also resonates with the fans, and that also comes through. That what we are doing right now, this doesn't matter. So we are just here to enjoy ourselves. In the past matches which we have seen on TV, you know, I'm not talking about their character, absolutely not. Their energy, their focus, that also gets to the people. If not you, but the people who are watching the review right now. But it got to me, and I have seen their energy when they are, executing the super kicks and, anything and everything. There was a sense of urgency, energy, and everything they were doing. They made it, relevant, and they made it a thing with regards to the match, that it means something. It means something, and they have to make sure that they win. So that is what, if they do with regards to all their matches, even a little bit, even a little, back to what they did in this match, you can call them the, quote unquote, best tag team in the world, or, a great tag team. What they did in this match, absolutely phenomenal. It was a great match. I absolutely enjoyed this match. There was nothing I could say that was bad. The spot with regards to the Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels stuff that they did. Yes, absolutely. That stuff took me back to their BTE skits that they did in the in the, you can say, the past, the distant past, the things which they said in their skits, that took there, and I laughed out loud. But that was a very urgent shit. This super kick did, and the super kick also had the energy, and they took the pin, and it didn't go as well, absolutely not. But it took their, it was their character, absolutely. It, you know I could say anything less, but the fact was it was very well done. Kazarian, with his lariats, with his, offense, it looked like, he was there to win, and it was a fight. It, it was hard hitting action for him, competitive back and forth. Kazarian looked absolutely great in this match. And, you know, there was a spot with regards to, you can say, a double pin by Kazarian, that he was trying to, pin one of the Young Bucks, and then, the other one came from the top rope, and then he pinned the other one too. And, then also the match didn't, end. Uh, it was a great match. And lastly, with regards to the bleeding spot, that was also, done absolutely right. Uh, Probably we would see much more of such spots after what we saw last week in Blood and Guts. Uh, I think uh, that that shit, the bleeding shit, gets the fans invested more. That it is a fight, that there is a sense of urgency, and it takes us to the story. Very well, reminiscent of the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. We saw many of the matches which had bleeding, and it took us, in the story, and it looked like a fight. It didn't have only flips and routines. It had bleeding. It had us invested that there is a fight happening. So it also draws the casual fans. So probably if there is such matches or here and there which has bleeding spots, or wherever there is required, so probably that could get the fans invested too, and probably more fans can come in. WWE has completely you know have done with the bleeding, so their audience has been dropping consistently overall. you know Not talking about SmackDown and Fox, but overall from the past years. Uh, but stuff like this, it could get new fans, and that is the need of the hour for AEW, because their fans and their fan base has been stagnated. So probably it could get more fans to tune in to their product. So there could be that stuff. And with regards to you, what did you think about
Yeah,
overall this match?
yeah. Like I said, the match was great. Best Young Bucks match in a long time, and it was a perfect TV match. And it was so great. I would have put this on Double or Nothing
Absolutely, I would agree. Absolutely.
instead of Kingston and Moxley. I would have put SCU versus the Bucks, and you could have made a even better build for this match.
Mm. Yes, absolutely. They should have. They should have. They didn't. Why? Uh, that is up to Tony Khan, and you know and probably they went out, these two teams, and they made sure that the booker takes that into consideration, that I should have booked this on Double or
Hmm.
Nothing rather than on television, and I should have invested more in the storyline, because I suspect that after that, the moonsault, debacle of Christopher Daniels, probably the whole company has lost faith in him. Probably.
And he also kind of, I don't know if it was intentional or not. He tripped on the first attempt of the moonsault in this match, but he got the second time, which was great. And
Yes.
you talked about the the WrestleMania 24 recreation from Matt Jackson. There was another hilarious spot when they introduced the cold spray,
Hmm.
and Don Callis on commentary said, that will stop the bleeding.
Yes.
Great. That was brilliant.
He has been brilliant.
So at the end, Bucks beat SCU. SCU is done now. So they quickly go into this backstage segment involving Eddie Kingston and John Moxley. They were messing up the elite locker room, and I think this was a little unnecessary, because I think it took away from SCU's moment. you know
Hmm. Yes. I
But
would agree absolutely.
yeah, I think they had to give them some extra time, that they are done as a tag team, and especially considering that Christopher Daniels is officially retired in somewhat.
Hmm. Probably
But
they should have, but probably the bookers think that people don't give a flying fuck.